I haven't smoked weed in 365 days. Here's everything I learned from it. So I started smoking weed when I was 16 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. It gave me a huge confidence boost. I felt like the man every time I was high, and it was like nothing you could tell me about weed. Like, I loved the weed, but I also it was like a love-hate relationship. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a love-hate relationship, but it was more love than hate at the time. And yeah, it was just like, like it's like when you take something, you just start to feel like a superhero on some shit. Like, I don't know if y'all can relate to that, but you just feel like nobody can't tell you shit. You can do anything you put your mind to, and that's what I felt when I first started smoking it. So around this time is when I also started my fitness journey. And I just played it hand in hand with the fitness. Like, I would get high, go to the gym. After the gym, I would get high again, which would then lead me to eating some type of bullshit I know I didn't need. You feel me? Like, it played a huge part in the gym. As y'all can see right now, we got the Norma Tech right now, getting a little massage and shit. Just had a crazy leg day, but yeah, bro, it just played a huge part in my life, on my day-to-day life. Like, I just fit it in with my life, and yeah. So as I started implementing it into my day-to-day life, I just kind of found the benefits in it in a way. Like it made food taste better. It made music sound better. Every conversation I would have with anybody I met would just always be like a great conversation. Like, it would not be no weird vibes, or like I could talk to a stranger and talk to him like I knew him for years. You know what I'm saying? It kind of I don't want to say it made me friendly or nothing, but you just didn't care off the za. You know what I'm saying? When you was off the za, you just didn't care. Like, you could talk to anybody, meet new people. It was just like a great way to network in a way too. I'm not gonna lie. It was a great way to network. And I just started looking at the benefits of it. It also gave me at the time, it also made me feel like I was also creative. I felt like I was overly creative when I was high, so I would embark on new ideas, just trying to figure out shit, and I would be like, let me get high so I could, plan this out or map this out or route this out. And I'm not gonna lie, the shit was working. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was working. It had me super creative. It had me doing shit that I wouldn't normally do, because I didn't have I wasn't scared to fail in a way. Like, why not? Like, why not try this? You know what I mean? Why not try it? So that's what I was doing when I was high. But that also led into my sober life as well. When I wasn't high, it kind of stuck with me. So that's one thing I can say. So as I started seeing the benefits to it, I also started to realize the negatives to it as well, which is my health. At the time when I was on my workout journey or fitness journey, whatever you want to call it, I was so stuck on the fact that this shit can give you lung cancer, bro. Like, I was just stuck on the fact that this shit could give you lung cancer, bro. Like, and it was just like, bro, like when you in a hot box, like, you know what I'm saying, you link up, you know what I'm saying, you and your friends link, y'all get in a hot box. I was always that guy talking shit about the blunt, like talking shit about weed while hitting the weed. Like, bro, we need to stop smoking weed. Hits the blunt. Bro, we need to hits the blunt. You feel me? Like, it kind of I feel like a hypocrite. I'm not gonna lie. When I was doing that shit, like, I feel like a hypocrite. And my friends can vouch for me too, like, because they was there with me when I was, you know what I'm saying, doing the shit, talking the shit, and still hitting the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a hypocrite off the shit, but I knew it didn't have a good effect on my health, which I was super cautious about at the time. I'm still cautious about my health right now. But, when I first started doing shit, like, I was super young. I was 16, 17. Like, that's like when you just start to, find yourself. Well, that's, at least for me, that's when I started to find myself. But yeah, bro, I knew this shit was bad for and it was making my lips black. Like, it was making my lips black, like, made your teeth yellow. I was just looking at all the bad shit. Like, yeah, it made you creative. It gave you hella confidence. You felt like the man or the woman. You know what I'm saying? If women watching this, you feel like the man or the woman. But, bro, like, the shit made your teeth yellow, fam. Like, let's be real, gang. Like, the shit make your teeth yellow. It make your breath stink. But I'm not here to talk down about weed, because I'm not here to talk down about weed, like. But this is just facts. Y'all know this shit. You feel me? People who smoking, who watch this shit, y'all know this shit. Make your lips black. You smell like weed. But yeah, I still kept on doing it. But yeah. So y'all never wanted that smoked out look. You know what I'm saying? Which, me not wanting that smoked out look led me to taking tolerance breaks. So I would try to take tolerance breaks. I'll probably last a week maybe, then get back high again. I'll go maybe 2 weeks, get back high again. And it was just an off and on cycle. Like, as soon as I started smoking weed, I wanted to get off the shit, but I couldn't get off the shit because it just made shit so much better. Like, it just made shit so much better. Like being high was the shit. I ain't gonna lie, it's probably still the shit to some of y'all watching this who's still smoking currently, but yeah, at the time, shit was like, yo, I have no words. Like, I have no other words than what I just said. But yeah, bro. So I used to take tolerance breaks and whatnot. Shit would be on and off, and I think the longest I lasted with a tolerance break was probably like maybe 2 months, like before I stopped completely. So maybe like 2 months, and like what made me break that tolerance break was me going to a scene or a party. And at the party, you know what I'm saying, I was sipping a little alcohol, you feel me? Getting a little intoxicated. And then, like, the vibes were so good. It's like, why not? Let me just tap that hoe real quick. Let me tap the blunt real quick. I'm not finna smoke after this. Next thing you know, a nigga was smoking every day after that first time. Like, which was actually crazy now that I think about it. But, yeah, man, I just seen that shit. I just seen that, and I didn't want that smoked out look. I'm sorry if I'm just thinking to myself. This is real raw, like no script, no nothing. So I'm just trying to really, you know what I'm saying, get detailed with the shit. But yeah, I hated that smoked out look. I did not want that smoked out look. So that's what made me to start taking tolerance breaks. So after these tolerance breaks just became dead, like I just was just not sticking to the tolerance breaks, I had decided to try edibles. And you know, every time I go to like California or Denver, I'll try some edibles, like, and it would be cool, like, it would be amazing, like, I'll have a great time off the edibles. But it was just one time, 2021 New Year's, going into 2022, me and a good friend of mine, we flew to New York for New Year's Eve, and, like, bro, I had took a 50 milligram edible, bro, and at the time, I didn't know. I was just, like, because I was so keen on not smoking, I did some crash out shit, took a 50 milligram edible. And like, it's so crazy. The craziest part of this was that when I was in New York, we went to go get a, what's that shit called? People be getting shit. Not the Philly cheesesteak, but the, goddamn bacon, egg, and cheese. A bacon, egg, and cheese. We was getting the bacon, egg, and cheese, and I took the edible. And I'm like, bro, this shit not even working, bro. The shit not even working. I promise you. As soon as I got back to the hotel, I blacked out, bro. Like, I blacked out. I literally looked at myself in the mirror. My eyes turning bloodshot red. I took a bite of the sandwich. My eyes instantly turned bloodshot red, and I started tripping, bro. I missed the bell drop and all of that shit. Like, my intended purpose to going to New York didn't even get fulfilled due to me getting too high off the edible. So yeah, I started tripping. I ain't gonna lie, I was tripping. Like, I thought I was laced. Like, I really thought I was laced off the edibles. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought I was laced. I thought it was over for me. I was talking to God. I said, God, if you hear me right now, if you take these edibles out of me, I promise I won't never try no edibles, none of that shit ever again on my life. I swear to you, about 30 minutes to an hour later, I threw up the edible. You know what I'm saying? I threw the edible up. And I literally swore to myself that I would never take an edible again in my life. That's what I did. So I haven't took an edible since then, 2022. So yeah, I tried to stop smoking then and just go to edibles, but it just didn't work for me. So I was never lazy off of weed. I felt like my work ethic overpowered that, but I did become a procrastinator off the weed. Like, I would get into these stages. Every time I get high, I would come up with an idea. I would get so excited about this idea. I would talk to my friends about this idea, and then I'll start the idea, and then 2 minutes later, I'm randomly doing some shit that has nothing to do with the idea. So I feel like my attention span literally got cut in half when I was high. That was one thing I noticed off this shit. Like, you know, everybody's different. It's some people who just genuinely lazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even, like, weed has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? You either lazy or you not lazy. And I wouldn't say the weed made me lazy, but it for sure made me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was lazy. I ain't gonna lie, it made me lazy. And I'm not even a lazy type of person. You feel me? Once I see something or I have a plan or idea, I act on it immediately. But it was just that the weed made me think about shit so much instead of acting on it. Like there was no execution involved with like when I was high and I had a plan. It was just thoughts like, and I would always think about the results of me doing what I was supposed to do. So I would think about what I could get from me doing this, and that's all I would focus on. I was never actually just genuinely taking action on the plan, which I also hated. That's one thing I hated about the weed. That's one thing I hated about the Zop, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It made me creative. You know what I'm saying? I had great ideas. I was doing shit, but I was a procrastinator, bro, and I hated that. Another thing that I noticed off the Zah was that I felt like this is me personally. I don't know, many people, y'all might not experience this shit, but I'm just going based off my life experience off the weed. Bro, I felt like I was in an alternate reality. And hear me out, listen, look. It felt like my life was a movie, and you could ask anybody who was around me at this time when I first started smoking weed, or even deep years into me smoking weed, I would always say, bro, my life is a movie. Every time, like, bro, my life is a movie. Some shit'll go on my personal life. I'm like, bro, this some movie shit. I'm like, whole time, like, bro, this not no movie shit, bro. I'm just high as fuck, just comparing my life to a fucking high school drama movie and shit. Like, like the shit ain't no movie, bro. This real life, bro. As I sobered up now, no weed. My life is more. I feel like I'm in tune with reality now, bro. Like, I wouldn't say I was delusional when I was smoking weed or no crazy shit like that, but it was like I just felt like I just felt like I was in a movie, bro. Like that's the only way I can explain this shit. Like, you know how a movie got a plot and drama and this will happen and then this shit'll happen, and then at the end of it, it always works out for the good. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was happening to me. And yeah, bro, right now, currently, as I'm sober, life is way slower. I damn near compare my life to a book now, chapter by chapter. I know that may sound cringy. I ain't trying to sound cringy, but I'm just being honest. Like, it's like life is about chapters and shit. Like, this shit kind of slower now, like, at least for me personally. Like, but it all depends on the type of lifestyle you was living. At the time I was smoking weed, I was living pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie, I was just doing shit. Like, now I'm more of a homebody, chill. You feel me? Work out, take a little trip, go see some shit I never seen before. I was doing that when I was high also, but it was just like I was more like, I don't know how to explain it. I was just living fast. That's the best way I could put it. I was living fast, and yeah, it was like I was in an alternate reality. So one thing I knew I had to do, but I didn't really want to do, was distance myself from social life, which means distance myself from friends who are smoking weed or any type of environment or area where weed could be in the mix. Like, I just had to run away from that shit. It kind of made me, I don't want to say antisocial a little bit, but it just made me stay to myself more. I was just kind of learning myself at this point. I was learning myself, and yeah, it just made me like, I just distanced myself from a lot of people. Not because I didn't fuck with them or nothing like that. It was just I knew they was smoking weed, so it would be like, why am I there? why am I here? And I know I don't want to smoke weed. Like, it's no point for me to be here, because it's just gonna trigger me, or it might persuade me to want to smoke weed again. You know, smoke weed. Did I say that fucked up? It persuaded me to want to smoke weed again. So yeah, I had to distance myself. Shit, I'm still currently distant, bro. Like, it's only been a year since I stopped smoking weed, so my life pretty different now. I ain't gonna lie, it is super different. Like, I just had to find new things to replace that habit. Like, I'm in the golfing now, in the biking. I do a whole bunch of other shit. I'm in the hiking. I do a whole bunch of other shit that's like I wasn't doing before, like, cause I was just so stuck on hot boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just stuck on hot boxes. Like, link up, hot box, go to a party. After the party, go to Waffle House. After Waffle House, you might lay up in some shit. You might not get lucky. You might not lay up in some shit. You feel me? But shit is different now, bro. Like, shit is super different. Like, I damn near feel like an old man, and I'm only 22. I feel like an old ass man, but I'm grateful for this shit. Like, I'm grateful that I'm not getting high no more. It was a challenge. Like, it's a challenge that I always want to overcome for years. Like, bro, I'm talking about as soon as I started smoking, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do this shit. This shit too good. Nigga get addicted to this shit. You know what's crazy? Like, people always say you can't get addicted to weed. You can't get addicted to weed. I was addicted to weed, bro. I don't, you know, people can say whatever they want to say. You can't get addicted to this shit. I was for sure addicted to the Za. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, back to the point. It just made me distance myself from a lot of social events and a lot of my closest friends as well. But you know, I still have good relationships with them, and that's all that matters, man. Weed has nothing to do with our relationship. So yeah, me being sober definitely showed me the type of lifestyle that I want to live now, and the type of life I want to create for me and my family. Like, I don't know, bro. It's like, it's just, I learned a lot just being sober and staying to myself. Like, I was never by myself ever, bro. Like, I was always in a mix, bro. Like, and now I'm at the point where I'm not in the mix, bro. I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just to myself, bro. Like, I'm trying to plan my life accordingly, and I'm trying to plan it correctly. So it's like I'm just doing shit, bro, that I always wanted to do but never did, because the Za had me thinking about the result instead of the fucking action I gotta take. So now I'm just taking action now, which I'm truly grateful for. It's taught me a lot of self-control, bro. Like, in this current state I'm in right now, I could possibly be around a couple backwoods, a couple rock cones and shit. Like, I wouldn't be tempted to smoke no weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that's just what I learned over the years, the discipline and the self-control that I was forced to learn just because I knew I didn't want to smoke weed. Like, and it was damn near like I was damn near challenging myself. I don't know if people ever do this shit, but you just fuck around, challenge yourself just to see if you could do something. Like, it's like a challenge, bro. Like, at first it started off like, I'm not finna smoke weed for 1 month. Like, it didn't start 365 days. Like, I'm finna go sober for the whole year. It started off, all right, bet, I'm finna go sober for the next month. Boom. After that first month, I ain't gonna lie, like, you really have you have no reason to smoke, or you have no feeling to smoke unless you around smoke. But that's why I cut myself off from a lot of people and a lot of things I was doing, because I didn't want to be around the Za. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Za would have tempted me, bro. It would have been like the same situation. Get some alcohol, we socializing, a blunt's being passed. I'm like, hey, let me tap that. You feel me? I didn't want that. So that shit taught me a lot of self-control. That's one thing I can say. Me being sober has taught me is a lot of self-control. You know, all the creativity, the sense of humor, the confidence I got when I was high still kind of stuck with me. Well, it definitely stuck with me when I was sobered up. So that's one thing I could say. Some of the characteristics you get from getting high kind of stick with you, and it kind of adapts to your everyday person. So yeah, that's the thing, bro. I gotta say this, bro. Weed definitely helped me a lot, bro. It definitely helped me a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not just finna lie here and try to bash weed or no shit like that, cause I was smoking the shit for damn near 4-5 years. Like it was doing something, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was doing something for me, bro. But I just knew it wasn't what I really wanted to do. It's like I damn near jugged it, like, or I finessed it. Like, I took what I wanted from it, and I, you know what I'm saying, put it to my everyday use, you know what I'm saying, my everyday life. I took what I wanted from the weed, brought it to my sober me, you feel me? So, yeah, man, that's one thing I can say. I still had the creativity, the sense of humor. Like, I'm still the same person, but I'm just not high. Being sober for 365 days has also taught me to have patience. You know, I learned a lot of patience. I learned to have a lot of patience, and I learned about delayed gratification. When I was getting high, I would be super anxious. Like, everything I did, I would want a result instantly. Like, I was very impatient, you know, which led me to making some decisions that probably wasn't the best for me, you know what I'm saying, business wise, just by like overscaling too quick, just trying to rush things instead of just actually being patient and just waiting for the outcome. So that's one thing I can say I learned being sober is tons of patience. I'm extremely patient now. Like, delayed gratification is real. You can't lose with delayed gratification, bro. Instant gratification leads to failure. I'm not gonna lie. Instant gratification will lead to failure, and it doesn't do anything for you. Like, you don't really learn anything from instant gratification. So yeah, that's something I'm grateful for, and something I learned about being staying sober. I've been able to find my real purpose in life, and I'm literally pursuing it. Like, I'm dream chasing right now. I'm chasing my dreams, and I'm just grateful for, bro. I'm literally grateful being sober. Like this, I know I'm just talking to a camera right now and shit, so I can't really feel like how I'm feeling right now, but bro, like, a nigga was trying to stop smoking weed for years, bro. Like, for years, bro. Like, this shit was like hindering my growth, bro. Like it was hindering it terribly. Like this shit crazy, bro. But I'm just glad I'm able to find my purpose, and I'm literally chasing a dream right now. And I have like laser sharp focus right now. That's one thing I noticed. I have a laser sharp focus. I'm just sticking to the plan, bro. Sticking to the plan. No more procrastination. No more self-doubt. Like, no more I can't do this shit. Like, you feel me? No ego, no pride. That's one thing I also stopped having once I became sober, or stopped smoking weed. Like, I just threw that. Well, that's personally a me thing. That's something I chose to do. But bro, I have no pride or ego with this shit, bro. Like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care about this and that. But back when I was getting high, I would care about that shit. Like, I used to care about shit too much, bro. Like, if you caring about shit too much, bro, like, you not gonna be your true self, bro. Like the shit is weird, bro. That shit is weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You fall deep into peer pressure, bro. Like, you fall deep into peer pressure. Like, I wouldn't fuck peer pressure, but you would just, the people you were around, bro, you would just pick up small habits. You know what I'm saying? Whole time, that's not even you, bro. Like, that's not that. If you was by yourself for a whole year, bro, how would you be? You know what I'm saying? Who would you be? You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, that's one thing I noticed. And I know I'm just rambling in this video, but hopefully it makes sense what I edited together and it don't sound too choppy. So yeah, I have to touch back on the focus you get when you're sober, bro. Like, once you're sober, you start to realize everything works. Like, no matter what you do, you might fail in something, it still work. It either works for you or it works on you. And that's one thing that I didn't realize when I was getting high. I just thought, oh damn, if this shit ain't work, this shit ain't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it was just, I wasted my time trying to do something that I know could better me. But whole time it did something for me. It probably taught me a valuable lesson, or it taught me a skill I didn't know at the time. And yeah, it just made me weed just made me start looking at things extremely different, bro. Like, I can't even explain. I can't even put it into words, but the shit just different, bro. Like, my mind used to be so cloudy, bro. Like, it was so cloudy when I was smoking weed, bro. Like, it was like I didn't know what the fuck to do next, bro. I'm sorry for cursing. I know my mom watching this. I'm sorry, mom, cursing a lot, but I didn't know what to do, fam. Like, it was just, my brain was super cloudy. So yeah, now we have to get into my temper when I was smoking weed. I felt like I had a super short temper when I was high. Like, it was just like, or not even that, to be honest. It was more of like, when I was high, I would be so mellow and chill, and when I was sober, that's when I would have a short temper. Like, it's crazy how that was. Like, I remember I had a girlfriend at the time, and it was like everything she said when I was sober was just like so annoying to me, bro. Like, it was just so annoying to me. And I know you watching this, I apologize, but you already knew this. But it was just so annoying to me. But it's like, when I would get high, now I'm all ears. I'm all, you know what I'm saying? I'm all ears. What? Like, huh? What? What? Just caring more. And I didn't like that, bro. I wanted to feel like that, like how I was high when I was sober. Like, I want to care, and I wanted to not have a short temper. I wanted to be chill. That's what I wanted to be for real, bro, when I was sober. But it's like, when I was sober, I was just cranky than a bitch. Like, you feel me, bro? I gotta get high, bro. Like, I can't do this shit. I'm talking about every situation. Bro, I need a spark, bro. Let's get high, bro. I'm texting the group chat. Hey, bro, let's get high, fam. Some bullshit just happened. Let's get high. That was my my go-to resort. Like every time some shit happened in my life, good or bad, I would just go get high. And that shit played a lot with my emotions and my temper, how like that shit crazy, bro. I don't know, I'm thinking about this shit out loud, bro. That shit really crazy, bro. But yeah, like my temper was like crazy. I cared about shit when I didn't really care about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I'm glad. That's one thing I noticed was that I had a very, very short temper. My temper is pretty back to normal now. I'm always been a chill, mellow guy, so, you know, yeah. See, now I couldn't even tell you the last time I got angry or mad or upset. It's like whenever I'm in a situation where I could get like that, I just start to think about the good in my life, that I'm free, I'm healthy, I'm alive, like, and it's probably thousands of people who would want to take my place right now in this life, bro. And it's like, I just can't take that shit for granted, bro. Like, there's no reason for me to be upset in this life, bro, good or bad. Bro, I'm blessed. Like, you know, a nigga woke up today, bro. Nigga woke up and could see. Like, I started to appreciate the little things in life, like the smallest things. I'm talking about down to me even taking a step. Like, I just started thinking deep into shit, like, and that helped me a lot. That's one thing I started to realize. I started to appreciate shit more when I was high. Bro, you couldn't even, what? Like, nigga, of course I woke up today, nigga, what you mean? Like, I didn't take that, I took it for granted, bro. Like, I wasn't giving a fuck about that shit. I was like, just living, bro, just doing shit, bro. Like, I didn't even care to think about the little things that God's been blessing me with. So that's one thing I did notice being sober, is that I appreciate life a little bit more. I focused and appreciated the things that I had and stopped looking at the things that I didn't have yet. Yeah, bro, I feel like that's a literal life cheat code. You know, to anybody watching this and they like, damn, I want to do this, I want to do that, bro. Just look at the small things you already have, bro. Like, bro, you got to come to the realization that there's thousands of people that don't have what you have, bro. Like, never take this shit for granted, bro. Like, never take this shit for granted. And I'm not taking this shit for granted. I'm extremely blessed. With or without anything, I'm blessed. I thank God for everything. And yeah, man, that was just a little summary or everything I learned personally, you know, with a little backstory of me being sober for 365 days. I hope you found this information useful. Hope you took some type of value from this information. Shout out to my 171 subscribers, man. I love y'all, man. I'm finna start posting more real life content, even on my Instagram. Y'all follow me on my Instagram, Eat a Real Consultant. Not just a consultant page. I know that's what I'm dropping right now, but I'm just trying to build the page up, you know what I'm saying? Let people know that I know what I'm talking about. Then we're gonna mix a little bit of lifestyle in there. So, yeah, man, appreciate you guys, and subscribe. Boom! What if I just kick that?